Access Sportsnet Lakers as we get set to hear from Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka and head coach Darvin Ham. The stage is set. Welcome into the studio. I'm Nikki K, joined by our Lakers insider Mike Bresnahan. And Mike, you know what? The offseason is a thing of the past. The vibes are high. I can't remember a time when there was this much excitement heading into a Lakers season.
Nikki, great point. I mean, go back to a year ago, going into last season, completely different vibe compared to now. Really excited to see what Rob and Darvin both talk about today. Haven't heard from them in a while. What a great offseason it has been for this franchise. They brought back almost every guy they wanted to, added some quality players like Gabe Vincent, Christian Wood. It has been nothing short of a spectacular, successful offseason for that front office. Eager to hear what they have to say about the season going forward.
You talk about the productive offseason and then building on a Western Conference Finals run, right? Some continuity here that Lakers fans and this franchise can really be excited about.
Yeah, Media Day right around the corner. I mean, it starts up on Monday. First day of practice will be Tuesday. So, yeah, I'm definitely eager to see what kind of lineups Darvin Ham might start talking about. A couple little lineup possibilities. You know, who's going to be the starting point guard, D'Angelo or Gabe Vincent? Too soon to tell. Also, who will be the starter at the three? You got Rui Hachimura, maybe Jared Vanderbilt. So definitely some good training camp stories on the horizon. But the big picture question, you already alluded to it. How good can this team be? Right now, they're in the top 5 if you look at the Vegas odds to win it all. So definitely much bigger expectations compared to a year ago.
There is so much to look forward to, and it's truly like Christmas, the gift that keeps on giving, because this is just the beginning of it all. Stay with us. Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham set to address the media. We'll take you there live. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Let's get you out to UCLA Health Training Center to hear from General Manager Rob Pelinka and head coach Darvin Ham.
Darvin, I wanted to welcome all of our media partners today. Thank you guys for coming. Exciting day to start off the 20.
I think it's going to be great. I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys.
And stay with us after the break. We'll have more reaction to Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham's first media session of the season. Plus, we're going to look forward to season 21. Yep, that's right, 21 for King James. We'll be right back.
Today marks the beginning of 75 years of Laker basketball. It's Media Day around the NBA.
Ramping up to get ready for this moment. People say, like, the sky is the limit, but for me, I'm trying to go beyond that.
We want to play fast, want to be physical, and play free.
My personal goal is just get back to the level of basketball that I know I'm capable of playing, being elite and dominant.
I'm just happy I can play basketball for a living. Like I said, I love the game, love the beauty of the game.
We have to be the most competitive team in the league. When you're doing that, everything else will fall right in line.
It's here. Lakers Media Day is coming up on Monday, and we're going to have coverage of it all right here on Spectrum Sportsnet starting at 11 a.m. as Brez, Allie Clifton, Chris McGee, and the Hall of Famer Big Game James Worthy get set for a brand new season of Lakers basketball. All right. Brez, we just heard from General Manager Rob Pelinka and head coach Darvin Ham for 57 minutes.
A lot of talking.
Yes, yes, a lot of talking, but the action is soon to come. What were your biggest takeaways from what they said up there on the podium?
Yeah, you can sense that they really appreciate the continuity of this team, you know, the chemistry of this team. Not really directly compared to a year ago at this time, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, no one was really certain how this team was going to be a year ago. You're still trying to figure out the Russell Westbrook experiment at that time. Obviously, that chemistry did not work. Team started out 2-10, and he was shipped out before the trade deadline. Now you have all these guys. They retained so many of them over the past few months. You know, what a great offseason. You keep a guy like Rui Hachimura, re-sign Austin Reeves, bring back D'Lo, bring in Gabe Vincent. I mean, there's not only good players coming back, but as Rob said, he wanted to get better around the edges, and he did. Can't forget Christian Wood, the late addition to this roster. I'm just really impressed by how at ease Rob and Darvin seem this year. They know they have a good product. They're excited about making even bigger steps than they did last year. As Dave McMenamin from ESPN pointed out, They won 8 wins. They won 8 times in the postseason. How do they win 8 more to get that 18th championship? It'll be very interesting to see how they go about doing that.
The foundation is there for sure, and you could definitely feel the levity from that.
Sure.
From that press conference. And speaking of that continuity, we did get a nugget from Darvin Ham about who his starting point guard was going to be, and a lot of high praise from both of them about the Lakers backcourt when you talk about the off seasons that Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell were having.
You and I were talking about before the show about training camp battles. We can cross off one of them right now. There is no training camp battle at point guard.
We know.
Darvin saying, D'Lo's the guy. So Gabe Vincent looks like we'll be coming off the bench on opening night. Still a lot of time between now and October 24th, but I thought there were some really interesting comments that both of them said. Rob said that D'Lo has had quietly a really impressive offseason. He said he's been really good as far as communicating during the unofficial scrimmages and workouts. He's in a really good headspace. And Rob also said he loves what he's seeing from Austin Reeves. And Rob, who used to be Kobe's agent for a long, long time, said that Austin even has a little Mamba gene in him. Works hard, doesn't care about his own personal accolades, just wants to win. And Rob also appreciates that Austin isn't really paying attention to all the media rumors about who he's dating. So another little check mark for Austin.
He's really building up that TikTok golf presence,
no
though.
Doubt
so
about
give
it.
him a follow there. Now, what I did love, too, was a question posed to the two of them. Whenever you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on your roster, you have championship aspirations. But the question was, from a year ago to now, does that championship feel more achievable? What sense did you get from their answers to that?
Yeah, I'm stunned, just me personally, based on what they were able to do during the offseason. And at very good contract values, too. I feel like nobody broke the bank, but all these players obviously liked the contracts they got, money and time, because they signed them all. I thought D'Lo for 2 years at about $35 million, good value there. They were able to get Austin Reeves for 4 years and about $52, $53 million, good value there. That shadowy, mysterious offer never came in from a San Antonio that would kind of sweep possibly Austin Reeves out of Los Angeles. Look at all these great moves. Rui Hachimura, 3 more years. Jared Vanderbilt, a few more years as well. I mean, these are all really good contracts at really good numbers. Gabe Vincent, he signed for 3 years and just under $40 million. About $13 million a year. That's right around the average NBA salary. The way he played in the playoffs for the Miami Heat was not average. He had 5 games where he scored 20 or more points. So I think they've got to be really pleased about what they accomplished. Starting with the draft in June, a couple pretty good young players. And then more importantly, with free agency, keeping just about everybody. Dennis Schroeder might be the one who got away. Darvin Ham really loved his defensive chops. But still, when you replace him with a younger version in a Gabe Vincent, maybe not quite the defender, but he can really offer you some stuff on offense.
I did love Darvin Ham talking about his roster, saying we got a team full of Swiss Army knives, right? Yeah. And Rob saying that they were so intentional about the versatility of everyone that they brought in. So much to be excited about.
They're pumped, you can tell.
Yeah, and we're headed to break, but when we return, Brez is going to look forward to the impact of Lakers' new additions. That's coming up next on Access.
As a kid, you grow up watching the Lakers, so be able to actually put on that jersey is going to be pretty exciting for me, I feel like.
Trying to get to know everybody and just enjoying the process. And so far, it's been good.
It's been great to be in the facility, great to be around the guys, and just get acclimated.
I'm not new to the NBA, so guys are pretty familiar with my game and who I am, so I think it was an easy fit.
It feels amazing. It's a dream come true, lifelong dream come true. I've been watching this team, since I was a child, so it's amazing to be here, and the atmosphere in the gym is great.
I've been learning the offense, watching a lot of film, just kind of walking through stuff, but really just trying to get acclimated to the offense, concepts, all that type of stuff, the defense.
I'm just trying to go out there and compete. I'm here to help this team win and hopefully bring home a title. So that's our goal, and we're gonna work towards that every day.
Whatever the team needs, I'm here to do.
People pretty much know what I bring to the table. I'm going into year 8, so there's no real surprise. I just plan to bring even more. I'm gonna touch 40% this year.
From 3-point range?
Yeah.
I want to bring that energy. I want to be that guy who's there sprinting the floor nonstop, rim to rim, guarding the hoop, just dunking stuff, just bringing that energy, bring a lot of passion and stuff to the guys, just getting everyone going.
Holy smokes! Lakers preseason action tips off on October 7th. It's here. You can see the first game at the Warriors. You got the Nets and the Kings before returning to Crypto.com Arena against the Warriors. 6 preseason games. Closing it out versus the Suns. And of course, you can see all of these games right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Now, before we get to the games, we got Media Day. You'll be at Media Day, Brez. And if you get to ask LeBron James any question, what are you going to ask him?
Yeah, year 21. I mean, you got to talk about that. I mean, the guy's going to pass 40,000 points at some point this upcoming season. It's really amazing what he has been able to do. And I kind of like how Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham started talking about, I mean, how do you manage a guy who's playing so well? And don't forget, he played almost the entire 48 minutes of the last playoff game the Lakers had against Denver. I mean, the guy is not really slowing down, averaged almost a triple-double in the West Finals. But you have to think, okay, the guy's going to be 39 in a few months. Is it time to start managing some minutes here? And Rob said, hey, look, we specifically and intentionally created this roster with players who are versatile, who are young, who can jump in and be spot starters. So, you know, Rob did say we're going to partner with LeBron. And we're going to talk to him a lot about, hey, you know, how you doing? How you feeling? Because he's not 22. He's not even 32. He's going to be 39 in December, and it just blows my mind. So I'd want to talk to him about that. You know, basically, how you feeling? How many minutes do you think you're going to play every game?
Fine wine, right?
He really is.
Well, and the legend of LeBron lives on. Rob saying also in that presser that he's been using this offseason preparing like he's a rookie in the gym almost as much as anybody has. And they mentioned the mini camp they held in San Diego. Do you have any takeaways from kind of the leadership and the engagement LeBron has maintained with all the new guys coming in?
Yeah, it's really cool. He seems to be really supportive, too, of all the moves that they've made. You know, the fact that he invites these guys. This has got to be his 4th or 5th year that he has done a pre-training camp. A couple years ago, it was in Vegas. Funniest part about that was Austin Reeves was kind of the errand guy running around getting the guys food and whatever else they needed. Who'll be that guy this year? Maybe Max Lewis. But it just shows that LeBron, you know, loves A, being a part of this franchise, and B, really wants to be that guy who says, all right, you're new to the team. I want you to feel welcome. We just drafted you in the 2nd round. I want you to feel welcome. So they also did some informal workouts on the court. I liked what I think it was Darvin said about D'Lo. He seems really communicative, you know, very vocal on the court. He's only 27. Maybe he's going to take a little bit more leadership as well, because Darvin made it very, very clear D'Lo is our starting point guard.
The leadership, the voices, and when we're speaking about all these new faces in the mix, let's take a look at this Lakers depth chart. Now,
depth, the key word. They have a lot of it.
Yes, the Swiss Army knives have assembled here. Brez, when you look at all these names, who are you most excited about seeing suit up in a Lakers uniform?
Well, to me, it's Gabe Vincent. You know, I had a chance to talk to him a couple weeks ago at the facility. I wore a UC Santa Barbara T-shirt.
Go Gauchos.
I think he really appreciated that. I'm sure you do too. What he did in the playoffs really opened my eyes to his game. He's one of those guys, you know, he did a lot of G League earlier in his career for the Heat, but came up through such a great organization, and it really showed a lot in the postseason. They were beating teams that they were not supposed to beat. Remember, they barely got into the play-in game. They barely got into the playoffs through the play-in game, and he was a big reason why. They just don't beat Milwaukee without him. Good series against Boston as well. I mean, he was red hot for those guys throughout the entire playoffs, and just a big coup for the Laker front office to sign him.
As fun as this Lakers run was this last postseason, it was really enjoyable watching what the Miami Heat put together and guys like Gabe Vincent rising to the occasion. And we know D'Lo has got the starting role, but maybe we see Vincent in some closing minutes. Something tells me that that battle for point guard might not be, you know, over as before the season even starts. But what between that position battle, other position battles, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. You might see some games where Gabe Vincent, you know, he's just such a hustler. He and D'Lo are different players. D'Lo, I love the gear shifts, the change in gears we see from D'Lo. He'll go from first to third, drop back down to first as he's navigating through the lane, draw a foul, and go to the free throw line. And by the way, one of the guys, either Darvin or Rob, did say that D'Lo has added some shoulder strength.
Oh, buffing up.
So, yeah, he can bump up and then do the little fadeaway and whatnot. Gabe is much more of a, you know, not as good as a three-point shooter as D'Lo is, but definitely more of a hard driver to the basket. Younger, he has a younger mindset to him, but I do like how he wasn't handed a starting job right away. Gabe Vincent really had to work for it. Like I said, coming up through the G League for a while, really hit his stride in those playoffs just a few short months ago, though.
And do you think we could see some contests between Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt for the starting job as well?
No doubt. You know, it's pretty funny how it was revealed today, by Darvin. Okay, D'Lo starting, and shocker, Austin Reeves as well. I think we can go ahead and pencil in AD and LeBron at the other two spots.
Safe bet.
So that leaves the small forward. Really two completely different players, okay? Rui, obviously a much better offensive player than Jared Vanderbilt. Vando, just big defensive player, moves like that, can really turn the momentum around quickly with steals. He likes deflecting the basketball in the lane when he's playing defense, and the Lakers liked him enough. They gave him a nice multi-year extension as well.
Yeah.
Now Vanderbilt, good in the first round against Memphis, really started to lose some playing time going forward after that. Did not play a lot at all in that Denver series. So I wouldn't be surprised if Rui starts, but Vando is just such a good defender from the 3 spot. Rui not quite as good defensively as he is. So Darvin, do you want more offense, more defense? There's those Swiss Army knives. You got a lot of options right
And
there.
no matter what, no shortage of hustle and grit from those two. And I love it. We learned from Rob, LeBron has been calling Rui his understudy all offseason.
The Ruissance.
The Ruissance. Oh, you heard it here, trademarked at Spectrum Sportsnet. Hey, stay with us. We're going to look forward to the big season from the Brow. Coming up next on Access, we'll be back in just a few. Lakers are back. We're back. Make sure you check out the latest episode of our Lake Show podcast presented by Jack in the Box. It's on our Spectrum News app. Just download the app in the Apple or Google store if you haven't already, or find it wherever you get your other favorite podcasts.
Goes towards the rim. Lobbed in! Up the ladder to get it. Throw it right down. Look out below.
The half court. What a play by Anthony Davis.
Took it right away from Ja Morant. AD scores! Anthony Davis trying to work one-on-one all the way. Blocked by Davis. What a play by AD. Underneath, blocked by Davis. He joins in the fun. Why not? Block it one end, throw it down at the other. AD spinning, beautiful. Throw it down, Anthony Davis. At the other end, get it out of here. The lob again. One hand this time by Davis.
Boy,
up he goes. Look at AD. He's fired up.
He's fired up. I'm fired up.
Jeez, I forgot half those block shots.
We got basketball.
Nikki, right around the corner, isn't it?
You know what? And we've got Media Day coming up as well, Brez. And if you get a chance to ask Anthony Davis your #1 question, what will it be?
Yeah, are you ready to lead this team? Just like Rob Pelinka said. Rob said, look, there's a giant runway ahead of AD, especially with that contract extension. He's with the Lakers for 5 more years contractually. And will he be the guy that can put more banners up on the wall, as Rob said? And Rob said he likes what AD has done during the offseason as far as like getting bigger. As Rob said, as soon as he walks in the room, you can notice it. Bigger shoulder strength perhaps. I'm excited to talk to AD just to kind of, the eye test. Does it look like he's been working out, like he's excited for the season? I mean, why not? He got a nice 3-year extension. He's going to be paid a lot of money, Nikki K, right about where you are these days with Spectrum News 1. And the bottom line is, he could be the leader, once LeBron retires, which I guess eventually is going to happen. AD obviously will be the guy waiting in the wings. Maybe this is a good year for him to start taking on a little bit more leadership if LeBron wants to, delegate it a little bit.
I did think that was really interesting how Rob revealed part of their conversations with AD in choosing, how can we support you and what do we expect from you in return, right? And part of it was leadership, and part of it was setting the tone and being the hardest worker in the building. I guess, what does that leadership look like to you from an outside observer? How do you tell AD is taking a step forward?
It's funny. First of all, he's well-liked in the locker room, and so he doesn't have to work on that. And the beat writers love talking to AD. He's great to us media types.
Yeah.
A good interview. He does what he should already. Like, if you see AD after a loss, you can tell he's not happy, especially if it's a bad one that they lose in OT. He takes it as hard as anybody. So I think there's a lot already there for AD. Maybe being a little more vocal on court, You know, because it's hard when you have a giant North Star like LeBron who just shines so brightly on the court. Obviously, he's the nexus of everything. But maybe, like I said, maybe AD can start chipping away at that a little bit with LeBron's blessing, of course. I'm sure LeBron wouldn't mind giving away a little leadership. That way AD can start to feel what it's like a couple years from now. Remember, LeBron's under contract for 2 more years with the Lakers. At some point, I think he's going to have to retire, so AD will be that guy to push this franchise into the future.
Okay, you have to pick one by the end of this season. Anthony Davis is holding the Defensive Player of the Year award, or he's in the conversation for MVP.
So just in the conversation, he's not holding the MVP award, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to say a top 5 conversation.
Yeah, common sense would say you want to take the award in your hand, but if we're talking about AD being in the MVP conversation, I'm going to take that for a couple reasons. A, it means the Lakers have a good record, because you're not going to be the MVP, you're not going to be in the conversation if you finish 7th in the West, like the Lakers did. I mean, people care, voters care about your record. So if he's being talked about for the MVP, he's having a good season, and the team is having a good season as well. So I'll take the chance that he might win it, as opposed to, yeah, he's holding that DPOY trophy. No doubt about it, he wants to be the Defensive Player of the Year. It's eluded him. I thought there was a year when they won the championship, he might have been able to grab it, but hasn't happened yet.
Anything to get more MVP champs in crypto, right?
No doubt.
Well, Anthony Davis and the Lakers will get Media Day started at 11 a.m. on Monday. We're going to have all the players, all the interviews and analysis right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Brez, what does Media Day mean to you? Like, talk about the vibes in the building. The energy is good. It's the start of something new.
This will be my 20th Media Day.
Oh my
following
gosh.
this team. I remember, you know, at least 10, 15 years ago. Thank you. 15 years ago, 20 years ago almost, you would go to the Media Day at the old Lakers facility, and it would be like everyone rushing to talk to Kobe Bryant. It was like a race to talk to Kobe. They didn't have the press conferences and all the chairs kind of neatly aligned.
That's like the car wash kind of, right?
Yeah, it was total anarchy. Always a good buzz on Media Day. And I still kind of carry that with me. Like, it's always exciting to see these guys and indeed do the eye test. You know, look at if these guys have been working out, if they seem happy, if they seem excited, talking to them as well, kind of talking Austin Reeves, you know, about his meteoric rise towards the end of last season, and another good offseason for him as well with the Team USA stuff. That's been a really nice development to his game.
Oh, there's so much to look forward to.
So much.
We're back. We are so back. Lakers basketball is back. For Brez, I'm Nikki K. Thank you so much for watching.
Media Day, Monday. Get ready.
We'll see you then.